Recording in progress.
Good evening. I'd like to call the December 3rd legislative meeting to order. Everyone please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, so tonight we have some important legislation. Specifically, we are going to be moving to pass the water and sewer rate increases. This is a process that started at this point a couple months, and I gotta say I was hesitant to even entertain the notion of increases, primarily for two reasons. One was we didn't have any infrastructure projects tied to the increase, which is something I wanted to see. I feel like we were putting the cart before the horse. And the other one is that there was a big what if regarding Murray's IUP and determining whether or not they were a burden, or not a burden, but it was costing more to process their effluent than it would a residential household. Experts at the time believed that was the case, but last week we received a verbal update from Delaware Engineering indicating that their pre-treatment plant is sufficient to the point where they're putting out effluent that is commensurate with what a regular household would put out. So if that's the case, then they're really not a burden at all, and if anything, they are a plus to the town. So it caused a bit of public feedback regarding their supposed burden to the sewer system, but I'd like to apologize to them, to Murray's, for if it gave the impression that they were somehow a burden to us. They are absolutely not. But that said, now that we've determined that they, that their effluent is commensurate with what a normal household puts out, and the fact that we have received quite an update from our town engineer regarding proposed infrastructure projects, I am very comfortable with moving on and voting to approve these water and sewer rate increases. So, Paula, do we have any correspondence tonight?
We do. So I have a letter to Chief of Police Brendan Pavesi from Shayna Russell, the principal of Fallsburg Junior Senior High School. Dear Chief Pavesi, on behalf of the Fallsburg Central School District, we wish to extend our gratitude for your assistance in coordinating, preparing, and participating in our recent school assembly addressing the dangers of swatting, threats, and social media misuse. Your leadership, commitment to community safety have been invaluable, and it was an honor to have you share your perspective with our students. The message you delivered resonated with our students, underscoring the importance of responsible behavior and the role individuals play in maintaining a safe community. Thank you for sharing how this connects to you on a personal level as well. Sharing with the community that you are a father of a Fallsburg student and employee as well as a local resident. Your emphasis on collaboration between law enforcement and your school highlighted the critical partnership we share in guiding young people and protecting your community. Your real-world examples demonstrated that these threats are not a joking matter, but a serious concern that merited the time and resources of your department. Thank you for your time, dedication, and your ongoing support of Fallsburg Central School District. We look forward to continuing our partnership and working together to create a safe, positive environment for all.
Thank you. All right. If we have no other correspondence, I'll go ahead and open up to public comment. Anyone from the public would like to speak tonight?
The first person on our list is Mary Adams.
Hi I got my questions answered. You usually do explain,
Mary,
What?
can you step up here, please?
It's so that we have a camera, that's why he has to.
Right.
So-
I'm just interested in the Chestnut townhouses, where, what that's about, but I think I've understood that already. Sounds like it's sort of, money they put in to, forget the name of that is, and they can get it back when they've, done our conditions. The resolutions about the, increases of the water, I'm interested to just know what the increase is, because I missed that meeting, but I will watch the video from last week.
It's 10% for water and sewer and 2% every year thereafter.
Excellent. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
I do have one online, I have Abe Rutner. Abe, just unmute yourself.
Yeah, hi. Can you hear me?
We hear
Yeah,
you.
hello.
Hi.
Yes, hi, thank you for giving me the opportunity. I would like to thank the board for taking the issue of the water and sewer seriously, start addressing the problem. However, I would like to know what has been done in South Fallsburg, that area, in the La Vista area, that we should not have the same shortages in the water supply that we had last year. Update, what is the engineer gonna plan? And because we know that the problem is that not the wells, but the distribution. And I would like to know what plans are in play, what plans is there for this year. That's number one. Number two, I would like to know the status on complying with federal and state law regarding to the non-conforming use of camps, religious use especially. I would like to know, update that as well.
Okay. I don't have an answer for water infrastructure. I know we have about a dozen different projects. I don't know what's in.
That water main break was fixed and that was a leading cause of running out of water.
Right, on 42, right, so, as far as infrastructure projects to alleviate the issues that we had last summer, a lot of those issues are just fixing up the trifecta of things that went wrong with regards to what we can do for next summer, but we do have other projects on, that are designed for long term, like the Hayden Road, wells and, other projects that, would be a long-term solution, but those solutions aren't gonna be ready in time for next summer. However, the mitigation for next summer is gonna be primarily with the 42 water main break that's been fixed. And going after any other leaks in the system to, buy us as much time as possible. Hopefully that'll do the job. With regard to the status of the zoning changes, that is going to the planning board next for their review and recommendation, and then it comes back to the board for a final vote.
That's on the agenda for next Thursday with the planning board.
Okay.
And this,
So this year summer, if you may ask one more question, this year summer, the only solution is going to be to fix the leaks. There's not going to be any like storage tanks or a temporary well or something in play, because I'm hesitant that just fixing leaks is not going to fix the problem, because when you have the peak hours, right day, if you remember, takes more water than the water supply can handle.
Correct. When I spoke to the town engineer about what could be done for next summer, he said that the shortest term project we could probably complete would be the Hayden Road wells that would backfill the back end of the district. However, that is not something that could be completed in time for the summer. For this coming summer, it's going to be, mitigation steps with regards to the leaks and, trying to prevent what happened to us last summer. But you know, that's only because it takes time to get these other infrastructure projects off the ground and running. And then that's not even talking about the financing issue. Even if we are self-financing, it's still gonna take time for us to break ground and get the projects completed. So he thinks that by, not this summer, by next summer, we should have some of these infrastructure projects in place. But for this coming summer, it'll be foolhardy to say that we'll for sure have it in place. Instead, we're gonna be focusing on the infrastructure projects, but also on mitigation efforts.
And Ken also did mention that this year we used less water than in previous years because of that water main break we did run out.
Right, the water main break was really the main issue. I mean, obviously, we couldn't get enough water into the tank overnight, but also we were losing a tremendous amount of water.
This was the list from Ken. If you want to use that list.
Right, is this with the updated list?
That was from the presentation on November 19th.
It's also in the minutes.
Yeah, so this is, well, he has past water improvement projects, current water improvement projects, and then he also he added to the list, I think, 4 more items, including the Hyden Road wells. Well, that's in here, actually. All right, so it was incorporated. You know, so we are trying to tackle this from multiple avenues. But as far as having any of this stuff ready and operational by next summer, he doesn't believe it's realistic to have it up and running by this coming summer. So we're gonna be, this summer, we're gonna still be working on mitigation efforts, while these other projects are in construction.
Okay, thank you.
Do we have any other public comments?
You don't have to, I'm just saying, this is your opportunity.
Yep.
Okay. So Ari Grunhut.
Thank you, the honorable board, for giving me the opportunity to speak. I want to thank the entire board for working, what Abe just said. Fixing the water problem, we shouldn't have any problem, we shouldn't have to, people live on bottled water or truck water. Hopefully, the mitigation efforts will hopefully resolve the problem. I want to thank everyone. And maybe we could push for some sort of upgrades. We should be ready for the summer, because if something we want to if we want to get it done, we could get it done. Like someone said, the Pentagon was built in 16 months, and the stairs took 5 years to repair. The same idea can be brought in here. Yeah, it could take 5 years to upgrade, but still it could be done in 6 months if you really want to. Maybe we should. I want to thank the governor and everyone. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, anyone else want to speak today? No one online? All right, so I'm going to go ahead and close the public comment portion, and we're going to move on to our agenda items. Tonight we have 9 items on the agenda, but we also have 2 add-on items that I'll go ahead and explain when we get to them. So first one's pretty straightforward. Motion to approve town board minutes dated 11/26/2024.
Motion.
Second.
Have a motion, second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion passes. Next one has to do with the grievance board, or the Board of Assessment Review. We have, I believe, 5 members of the board for a 5-year term. One of the members, his term is up, and he's being recommended for a reappointment for another 5-year term. So, motion to reappoint Ricardo Nieves Jr. to the Board of Assessment Review with a term of 10/1/24 to 9/30/29.
Motion.
Second.
Have a motion, a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion passes. So the next one has to do with the town board meeting schedule for 2025. So I'm looking to change things up for 2025. We're gonna look to have 2 meetings each month, the first Tuesday and the third Tuesday of each month. The idea of having a 2-week break in between each meeting is to also, first of all, I want to eliminate the distinction between legislative meetings and work sessions. Technically, all town board meetings are the same. You can have discussions, you can pass resolutions, at all town board meetings, there's really no distinction. The other part is that with having the meetings every single week, it makes it difficult to prepare all the resolutions and the minutes, and, get it out in time where our intent is to put out the agenda packet so that people can read the resolutions together with the agenda. So by having the meeting every 2 weeks, that should give us a sufficient amount of time to prepare all the resolutions and to be able to post it with the agendas so that the public is more informed about what it is we're passing. So number 3, motion to approve town board meeting schedule for 2025. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
I have a motion, do I have a second?
Okay.
Okay. So I have a motion, but not a second, so I guess we can't bring it to a vote, and we'll go back to the drawing board. Number 4, so next one has to do with 2025 camping rates. So our Parks Director is looking to increase the camping rates for each category, depending on whether or not they receive electricity or not, by $300. And that's really the only difference between the camping rates for 2024 and 2025. Each category is being increased by $300. So number 4, motion to approve 2025 camping rates. Do I have a motion?
Motion. Second.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor? Aye, motion passes. Number 4, this one has to do with the police chief's payout of accrued time. The police chief has a tremendous amount of vacation, holiday, and personal time that he was unable to take, and between now and the end of the year cannot take 100% of that time. So we worked it out where he can cash out 75% of his time, and then he agreed to use the remaining 25% of his time so he doesn't end up losing any time before the end of the year. And this is just a one-time thing going forward. So the motion to approve the payout of 75% of accrued time, vacation, holiday, and personal to Police Chief Brendan Pavesi through 12/31/24.
Motion.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion passes. So this one has to do with the Humane Society of Middletown. We have a yearly agreement with them where they provide storage of animals that we bring to them, and usually the agreement has set prices for how long they stay there, and essentially we're just looking to renew this agreement like we do in previous years. So number 6, resolution of the town board of the town of Fallsburg authorizing the town supervisor to execute an outside vendor contract with the Humane Society of Middletown, New York, number 78 of 2024. I have a motion.
Motion. Second.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion passes. Number 7, so this has to do with a development that had a number of checklist items that were required to be addressed prior to issuing a CO. If they did issue a CO, then they would have to put money into escrow to ensure that these things were addressed. And after then the town engineer will certify that they were addressed and that we can release the monies back to the bond monies back to the developer. Number 7, resolution approving release of bond for Chestnut Townhouses, number 80 of 2024. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion passes. So number 8, and number 8 and 9. So the first one is for water, the second one is for sewer. So number 8 talks about, with specifically the 10% increase with a built-in automatic 2% increase every year. For water. So number 8, resolution authorizing adoption by the town board of the town of Fallsburg, local law 3 of 2024, increases residential and commercial water rates, number 81 of 2024. Do I have a motion?
Motion. Second.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion passes. Number 9, resolution authorizing adoption by the town board of the town of Fallsburg, local law 4 of 2024, increases residential and commercial sewer rates, 82 of 2024.
Motion. Second.
I have a motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion passes. So our first add-on tonight has to do with the termination of the contract with Hudson Valley Swim Program. This is a company that we previously contracted with to provide swim lessons to members of the public, and there was a payment structure. However, with the new, well, the current swim program is on hold, but with the new swim program that we're looking to establish, we were gonna look to do the swim lessons in-house and not use a company to do so. However, the current contract requires us to give them 60-day notice if we're gonna terminate or extend, and so this puts us in that time frame. So we're looking to terminate the contract. So, motion to approve termination of Hudson Valley Swim Program. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Second.
I have a motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion passes. So the next one has to do with appointing a hearing officer to hear Section 75 disciplinary charges against a town employee. This is someone that our town controller and the personnel director sought and feels comfortable that they are qualified to perform these duties. And it's coming up for board approval of the person named. So number 2, sorry, this will be number 11. Resolution approving,
It's, number 11, or it's number 83 resolution.
What's number 11 on the?
Yeah, I know
on the
it is.
agenda,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm just looking.
All right.
Number 11 on the agenda, number 83 for 2024. So resolution approving Timothy Taylor as hearing officer for disciplinary charges pursuant to Section 75 of New York Civil Service Law against a town employee discussed in executive session, number 83 of 2024.
Motion.
I have a motion, do I have a second?
Second.
I have a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion passes. Any against? Any recusals, any abstains?
What's your vote,
Oh, okay, I didn't hear.
Brenda? Sorry.
I apologize, I didn't hear
What's
you.
going on here?
All right, so that is the last of our agenda items. I will entertain a motion to adjourn, executive session, or any other motions.
Anybody have?
I can update you by email tomorrow on the status of peace litigation.
Okay. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion.
Second.
Motion and a second, all in favor? Aye, motion passes. Thank you everyone for coming, we are adjourned.
Yes.